Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk and it is number 38. It's Tuesday. My body clock's all over the place at the moment because of the United pre-season games. The way they're lining up, they're like 3 o'clock in the morning here. So by the time I've finished at around 6 a.m. If you were with me this morning on the live at around 5:30, you would have seen the exact state of me then. United did win 2-1, so that's 2 wins out of 2 on the pre-season tour in America now. But today on MUFC Transfer Talk, we're obviously talking transfers and transfers only. We're talking Ivan Perisic, who is the main man that we're discussing today. But of course, we'll be talking other things Manchester United as well. Who else can Manchester United target as the third and fourth transfers? Because obviously Jose Mourinho's made those signings of Lukaku and Lindelof, but he said that's only 50% of my business. I still want to get 2 key signings through the door. They were looking like being someone like Perisic and Matic, or Perisic and Fabinho, or someone like that. But Perisic and Matic were 2 names that kept being touted about. Now, for various reasons, it looks like both of those moves may not happen for Manchester United this summer. So it leads to the question, who else do we target? Do we need to target somebody else? Do we go with what we've got currently? What goes on there? What happens? Do Manchester United go all out for these players, or do we look elsewhere? Because there's obviously decisions to be made for Manchester United and Jose Mourinho in that aspect. But Jonathan says we're running out of options. Now, I don't think we're running out of options. Jose Mourinho would have had a list and he would have had 2 or 3 options for each position. And I think he's said that publicly himself as well. And I think we'll be able to target other positions. I think this Perisic one was key though, because if we got Perisic in, then I would like to see us sign someone like Matic or someone. If Jose wants them and we get them, happy days, because Jose obviously wants them for a reason. But if we didn't sign a CDM, I'd be more happy about that than I would be about us not signing an attacking player, because I do think we need another attacking player. And I think Ivan Perisic was a good alternative to the options that we do already have. We've obviously got the likes of Martial, Mkhitaryan, Rashford, Lukaku, who plays, obviously Lukaku's a number 9, so Perisic isn't playing in that position. But out wide, Martial, Rashford, Lingard, Mkhitaryan, Mata can play there. Perisic was a good alternative to have in those positions. And I can't think of many other realistic names that spring to mind in terms of signings that United could get. As for Matic, then obviously there's alternatives in Fabinho, and you hear of links to Eric Dier, although I'm not too keen on those personally. There's alternatives at central defensive midfield. There's even alternatives at our club if we want to keep it in-house and let someone progress through the first team. So I think the Perisic signing was probably more key to the one of someone like Nemanja Matic or Fabinho. And it seems that we've targeted that signing first. But the news could be that the transfer could be off. Now, of course, the transfer still could be on because the transfer window hasn't closed. Manchester United could still get Perisic and cough up whatever Inter Milan want. They are offering crazy figures though. And I think if United were going to meet the price tag set by Inter Milan, we would have done that already. There was 2 occasions when obviously we're waiting for deadlines. We're waiting for the deadline with the FFP, but Inter Milan sorted that out without having to sell Perisic. Then obviously we were saying the Chinese tour, hopefully he doesn't go on that tour, and that will mean he's coming to Man United. United need to get a deal done there. But today, Ivan Perisic has flown out to China with Inter Milan. Now, of course, he can catch a plane to America or to Manchester, wherever, to meet up with the Man United squad if the move did go ahead. But that looks likely that he will continue to remain in that tour squad. So is this move now off for Manchester United? Because this morning we had Sky Cave saying that Manchester United were very close to securing a deal and meeting a deal with Inter Milan for Ivan Perisic. And then as the day progressed and the day developed, it became clear that no deal had been agreed and Ivan Perisic was flying out with the Inter Milan squad to China. Now this could be a bold move by Inter Milan to say, look, he's coming with us, he's staying, he's not going. And then United could say, oh, you know what, here's the full price. But like I said, if United were going to pay the full price, surely we would have paid the full price by now. Surely we would have met the transfer fee by now. Why would we want to keep this move dragging on for so long if we could have just paid the fee? It seems like Ed Woodward, Manchester United, aren't keen on paying what they actually want. There's been talk of a player swap deal in Italy today or last night, I think it was. There were reports of them asking for Anthony Martial. And it's obvious that they have become ridiculous in these negotiations. And maybe Manchester United have just thought, you know what? Fuck this. This isn't worth the hassle. Let's call this one off. Then who else can we go for in that position? So we're talking about that today. Now, a lot of you guys keep saying Alexis Sanchez. On that news, Arsene Wenger has commented today saying that he's not for sale, he's not leaving, he's not going to make a deal. Although he said similar things about Robin van Persie in the past. But I don't think Alexis Sanchez is an actual realistic transfer for Manchester United. I think if he leaves Arsenal and goes to another Premier League club, I can see him going to Manchester City. I can see him wanting to reunite himself with Pep Guardiola. But of course, I thought Romelu Lukaku was on his way to Chelsea. I never thought Robin van Persie could join Manchester United. So stranger things have happened. Dion Davis says we should test Arsenal and bid £60 million for Sanchez. Danny Murphy, if you can't see it, refresh the stream. Obviously, if you can't see it, you're not going to have heard me say that. But refresh the stream if you can't see anything. Buskerud says Marco Reus could be their best option. Hasn't got the best injury record. Jose Mourinho will want a player he can rely on. I'm not sure Marco Reus is that. It would cost a lot of money as well. Do we need to splash out on a player that's not necessarily going to be fit? Doesn't make any sense. Michael Foley says Sanchez would be good. Alexis Sanchez would be good. I think he would be a fantastic signing. I think he's a world-class player. I think he could be if we signed him, we'd win the league. I think is that good. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Alexis Sanchez is going to end up at Manchester United this summer. Dion says, what about bringing back Zaha? Can't see that. Veal says, should we get Mahrez? I'm not too sure about getting Mahrez. And Abdul Rahman says that he's just joined because he's late. Better late than never, mate. Better late than never. And Danny's finally got his act together as well. And he's refreshed the stream and he's on. So for you guys that have missed it, I've seen the numbers climb up a little bit as well. Recently, we've got over 400 people in the live stream at the moment. Thank you all for joining us. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Get your comments in as well. For you guys that have just joined us, it's been a mixture of reports over the last couple of hours in terms of Ivan Perisic. We've heard of Inter Milan demanding Anthony Martial in negotiations in a straight swap for Ivan Perisic. We've heard of them demanding £48 million for Ivan Perisic, 50 million euros or something silly like that. And today, this morning, Sky Cave and Sky Sports came out and said Manchester United were close to securing a fee for Ivan Perisic. But since that news has broken, Ivan Perisic has travelled to China with Inter Milan in kind of a move which suggests that maybe the deal isn't done and he's no closer to Manchester United than he ever has been. So could this move be off? Could Manchester United have got fed up with their silly negotiation tactics? Well, I say silly. They want to keep their player. So they're doing all they can to keep their player. And you've kind of got to respect that. But with them demanding the likes of Anthony Martial, 50 million, you've got to at some point think, you know what? This isn't worth the hassle and walk away. Or is it worth the hassle? What do you guys think? Get your comments in below. Jo says we will need Martial even if we get Perisic. Of course we'll need Martial. Anthony Martial is a fantastic talent for Manchester United. He's going to play football regardless. He's going to play for the team because his talent will eventually show through. And I'm sure Jose Mourinho knows that as well. If he wanted to leave, if United wanted him to leave, he would have been gone this summer because I'm sure there's plenty of takers. United don't want to let him go. He doesn't want to go. He looks happy here. He looks hungry here as well. In the last two games, obviously, he scored a goal against LA Galaxy. And yesterday, he looked hungry. He looked raring to go. He was running at everything. He was whipping the balls in. So Anthony Martial is looking like a player that's up for the challenge this summer. And hopefully for the rest of the season as well, because that's when it matters. So fingers crossed on that one. But Anthony Martial's class. Keita Balde from Lazio says, Tommy, he's been linked with a move to Inter Milan actually. Vinayak, thank you for the comment. Craig says Martial is the man. Cillian says I would only like Perisic if he is used in a Lingard role. It could be the case that, in that 3-5-4-2 kind of formation that Manchester United played, you could use Valencia at right wing back and Ivan Perisic at left wing back, who'd be able to get forward and backwards as well. I don't think he's much of a defender. He's nothing like a left back. I'm not suggesting that. But he would be more suited to that role than anyone else in the team. I also think he's just a different alternative to what we've got. He can get balls in the box. He can beat a man. But he's not like Anthony Martial. He's not like Jesse Lingard. He's not like Mkhitaryan, who are more skillful players, who are more flair players. He's more ingenuitive. He's more maybe one-dimensional, but he gets the job done. He reminds me of Antonio Valencia, when Antonio Valencia was actually good as a right winger. That's what he reminds me of, but probably on the left side. I know he can play on the right side as well. So that's the kind of feeling that I get. Buskerud says Perisic is not that good. I agree. The fee that they're talking about is outrageous. It's like a fee that you would expect to pay for a world-class player, and I don't think he's that. Man United God says he thinks Anthony Martial is the real deal. Wackett says, is Bale remotely possible? Look, I think if Gareth Bale was to want to leave Real Madrid, or Real Madrid wants to get rid of Gareth Bale, I think it would be likely that Manchester United would be front of the queue, knocking the door, ready to take the hands off for Gareth Bale. But I can't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo has obviously been involved in a little bit of drama at Real Madrid this summer, trying to, politically say he wants to move when he doesn't want to move. He just wants extra finances or extra support. Cristiano Ronaldo isn't going to be around forever. And Gareth Bale's the next man to come through for Real Madrid. Obviously, they've got other great players as well. But I think Gareth Bale's a cornerstone of that team moving forward. And I don't think Real Madrid would want to let him go. Not at this moment in time anyway. I think it'd be crazy for them to do that. Brandon says Federico Bernardeschi from Fiorentina is a decent option. Don't know much about him myself. Heard Lucas Moura might leave PSG because Neymar is coming, says Iani. Does anyone actually think Neymar is going to leave Barcelona? I've heard the same rumours that you guys have heard, that Paris Saint-Germain are ready to meet the release clause of Neymar and all this craziness, but I just can't see it happening. I can't see Neymar leaving Barcelona. This is what they're saying at the moment. Neymar set for Barcelona after accepting PSG's 222 million euros, 222 million euros offer. Nah, that's not happening. No, that's not happening. I can't see that happening at all. I think he's wrangling for more money, more something. I don't know. Why would he go to Paris Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain are almost guaranteed a league title every season. I know they never won it last season, but if they got Neymar, they would be guaranteed a league title almost every season. They're obviously playing the Champions League, money, etc. But surely you would rather continue your career at Barcelona for the same reasons I spoke about Gareth Bale. Messi isn't going to be around forever. And Neymar surely is the next man coming through there. Of course, he doesn't have that thing where, I don't know. I think Barcelona would be crazy, but then 200 odd million euros, you could buy two of the best players in the world to replace him and keep it stepping. So I don't know, but I'm not sure about that one, to be totally honest with you. Alfred said, what about Marko Arnautovic to Man United? No, thank you, mate. He's on his way to West Ham for 24 million, is it? Marko Arnautovic to Man United? No, thank you. He's not a bad player, but he's not a Man United player. Lots of people saying Di Maria would be a good signing. I can't see United going back there. Dom says, fuck Di Maria. Obviously, there's that feeling that he's a snake at Manchester United there, but I can't see United going back in for Di Maria. After we spent big bucks on him, sold him for almost the same amount that we bought him for, and then buying him back again for probably what would be a fee bigger than what we bought him for the first time. I can't see that happening, to be totally honest with you. Let's sign Lucas Moura as Anthony Martial. I don't think we need another young player in that role. I really don't. We've got Martial, we've got Rashford, we've got all these guys. Why do we need we need someone more experienced, and I think Jose Mourinho's right to be targeting someone more experienced. Over 500 people in here at the moment. Thank you all for joining us here on Adam McKola TV. It's another MUFC transfer talk. Today we're talking Ivan Perisic. Is the transfer move off? Obviously this morning Sky Sports, Sky Cave were all saying that United were close to agreeing a deal and meeting some conclusion with Inter Milan for the transfer of Ivan Perisic. But then Ivan Perisic flew out to China with Inter Milan it seems the move could be off after silly demands of Anthony Martial for Ivan Perisic and all these sorts of nonsense. It seems like that move could now be off, but remains to be seen. Obviously, still a long time to go in the transfer window, and Manchester United could still sign him up. Nav says Moura ain't young, bro. Moura also hasn't proven shit. Like, he's a risk. I know Perisic is a risk too, but he's less of a risk than Lucas Moura. Let's get that straight. So even with Lucas's age, what has he done at PSG really? What? Okay, that surprised me that Lucas Moura is 28. What has he done after all that hype about him when Manchester United were in? No, he's not 28. He's 24. You knobs. You's like talking shit. I knew he wasn't 28. He's 24 years old. But even still, what has he really done? Man United TV says Memphis is way better than Perisic. Shame Memphis is gone the way. Sandro from Juve to play left wing back. Can't see Juve selling some of their best players. Who's the next number 7? Says Alex Godson. Griezmann? Can we still say that? Can still see him coming in next season. Willian says Daniel. Willian would be a great signing, but I can't see Chelsea. If they're not going to sell us Nemanja Matic after what we did to them over Romelu Lukaku, they're not going to sell us Willian. Although I think it's a great suggestion as well. I think he's a fantastic player. Alfred says, can Andreas Pereira play on the left? He can play on the left. But again, it's another young player in that role. I think we need a little bit of experience in those positions. I know we've got Mickey and Rashford who can play on the right. And then just say Perisic and Marshall that can play on the left. I think that's good alternatives. Rashford and Marshall can also play in the number 9 positions as well. Denchman Joe says Lucas Moura said he won't leave PSG until he wins the Champions League, so he's going to be there for a long time then, isn't he? Do we still need a winger, says Mark? I think so. We need a wide man. We need another alternative up top. I think to just go into the season with Mkhitaryan, Lingard, Mata, Rashford and Marshall would be crazy. Because those players can all play in the 3 behind the striker. Obviously, Rashford and Martial can play in the number 9 as well. But we need another, and I think Ivan Perisic was a good alternative. I don't agree with the price before anyone goes there. But he was a good alternative, and I can see why Jose Mourinho was targeting him. Most of the signings that Jose Mourinho has made have been very good signings. Someone commented about West Ham signing Joe Hart. Thank fuck for that. Puts to bed all those ridiculous stories linking Joe Hart with a move to Manchester United. Remember I was telling you guys, Joe Hart is coming nowhere near Manchester United. He's not even better than Joe Pereira, never mind Sergio Romero, and never mind David De Gea. Joe Hart couldn't lace up the boots or strap up the gloves of any of our goalkeepers at Man United. And he belongs at a place like West Ham, where his passion, his full passion will fit in. Faye Rizal, thank you for getting involved. Mickey can play as a number 9, says Abdullah. Yeah, but he's going to get nowhere near that position. Just got here, is the deal off, says Alex. It's not officially off. Obviously, there's still a long way to go in the transfer window. But the way things stand, obviously, we heard all the rumours about this morning that Man United were close to agreeing a fee for Ivan Perisic. And it seemed like we were going to get a resolution today before Inter Milan flew out to China for their pre-season tour. But then nothing came, nothing else came. And then we saw the images of him flying out with Inter Milan on the Chinese tour. Yesterday and over the last 24 hours, there's been reports in Italy that Inter Milan were demanding Anthony Martial in a swap deal for Perisic. So no longer were they asking for silly money. They were asking for some of our best players. And it may be a case that Man United have thought, fuck this, let's get out of here. Or we've decided to cool it, allow Ivan Perisic and his agent to maybe push for the deal a little bit more, do something there. But Manchester United have I've obviously not agreed a deal at this moment in time. Perisic has flown out with Inter Milan to China, and it looks like a move could have hit the rocks. What I'm asking you guys today is, should Man United call it a day on this move and target somebody else, maybe target the second or third player in Jose Mourinho's list? What do you guys think to that? Dylan saying Alexandra, I don't think that one's realistic at all, although I think he's a good player. Nav says we need a precise crosser. Now, I don't know the exact stats on Perisic, but he kind of offers that player that will get a lot of crosses into the box. And with someone like Romelu Lukaku, who will be playing number 9, we do need that. What was interesting to see from Anthony Martial yesterday was he was mixing it up. When he was getting the ball, sometimes he was stopping, whipping it in. Sometimes he was stopping, beating his man, cutting inside. So he wasn't as predictable as Anthony Martial has been at times. That's one of the criticisms I would give to him. Sometimes he's very, very predictable. He always does the same things. And you feel if he mixed it up, he would bamboozle the fuck out of some defenders. Of course, even when he is predictable at times, he can still beat a man, because even if you know what he's going to do, sometimes you can't stop it. But at times he is predictable. And yesterday, I know the level of opposition wasn't great, although they give us a better game than what LA Galaxy did. I've seen different signs from Anthony Martial that maybe he is working at improving his game in certain aspects, which is great to see. But Ivan Perisic gives us that option of someone that actually likes to cross the ball. Mamp says Riyad Mahrez. I'm not too sure about that one. I think he's a fantastic talent, but not too sure. He's had one good season in the Premier League. I know Leicester weren't great last season, but I can't see Riyad Mahrez ending up in a Man United shirt at all, to be totally honest with you. Why don't we go for Lamar? Avjit says, apparently Monaco aren't interested in selling Lamar anymore. They're going to let Mbappe go. They've obviously let Bakayoko go. They've pulled the plug on any moves for Fabinho. So can they do the same with him? I think it may be a case that Lamar and Fabinho will stay, and Mbappe and Bakayoko will be the ones that will be sold by Monaco. I can't see them selling all of their best players. I really can't see it, although stranger things have happened and their whole team could just get absolutely teared apart by the big boys this summer. But I don't think Lamar will end up at Man United at all. We don't want to start that rumour now, do we, guys? Come on. We know what Arsenal fans will do. Just because one of us have said, what do you think about Lamar, Adam, on here? If they sign him, they'll be all saying, oh, Man United fans all wanted Lamar. No one wanted Lamar. You guys chill. Sign him up if you want. But like I said, I don't think Monaco are ready to sell him. Anthony Martial, the YouTube profile, says Mbappe will stay. Iani says get Alexis Sanchez. Went over this earlier. I can't see that happening. Paul Wade says Mahrez is pants. Cowen says, what? Dusan Tadic wouldn't be bad, says Iani's just chucking out loads of random names right now as well. Bakayoko already sold, says Stephen. Yeah, I did say that, mate. You were listening, right? I said it looks like Bakayoko and Mbappe will be the ones that are sold. But Bakayoko's already gone. I know that. That's what I said. Come on, listen up if you want to get smart. Royce and Renato, says Gavin, Triple G. Already mentioned why we probably won't sign Royce. Can't be relied on, can he? And who was the other one? Renato Sanchez? Nah, that's not happening. We don't need any more young players, man. Why do we want to keep buying young players? And particularly our young players that one of our rivals in the Champions League have let go of. Why are they letting go of him? Why? Now, I'm not saying that Renato Sanchez can't go on and have a great career. Of course he can. But why are Bayern Munich letting go of him? There has to be some reason there. He went there with all that big hype, hasn't done anything, and now they're letting him go on the cheap, probably. Don't get that one at all. I really don't. And I don't know why you want us to get him. Big man Joe, what's happening? How you doing, mate? We've just been talking about the Ivan Perisic move, mainly, and alternatives to the Ivan Perisic news. Basically, this morning Sky was saying it was close to a deal being agreed, but then this afternoon he flew out with Inter Milan to China, and it looks like a move may be off, although it's not definitely off. Obviously, there's still a long, long way to go in this transfer window. A point away from transfers on the Romelu Lukaku interview after his goal yesterday. And he said from the first day when we had the meeting with the manager in Los Angeles, you just felt that something special was happening. And it's really nice to get an insight. Obviously, anyone can say that. Every player can say that about their club. But it's really nice to get an insight into the mood in the camp at Manchester United, because we really do need to build something here now. We need a period of success. There hasn't been much success over the last couple of years. Yes, in the cup competitions we've done well, but I mean proper success. Challenging for the league, winning the league, challenging in the European Cup, eventually winning the European Cup. We have to start building a team that is going to go towards that kind of level. And it's great to hear that these players have that kind of feeling about this team at the moment. We need to build this team together and try and build a team that can do that. And you look at Lukaku and you look at Pogba, you look at Rashford, you look at some of these players in the team, and they're all players that seem to have that mentality, that tunnel vision mentality of success. They want success so bad. They want to succeed. They know they're at the right club to do that. And they know if they work hard, they will do that. So it's great to see. And I really do hope that we can now knuckle down and aim towards winning the league back and getting our trophy back and winning another European Cup, because that's where Manchester United belong. And it's nice to hear that from Romelu Lukaku yesterday. Obviously, he got his first goal for the club as well. I don't think he really... Some people were saying he needed to score yesterday. I don't really think Romelu Lukaku needed to score yesterday. I disagree with that. It's a pre-season friendly. Goals and results aren't really important on pre-season. But it was nice to see him score anyway. H. Wasame says, talk about Neymar. Sad. Why you want me to talk about Neymar for? Man United ain't signing him. So why do you want me to talk about Neymar? I ain't talking about Neymar. We're not signing him. So I'm not talking about him. Apparently, PSG have broken his release clause for 222 million euros. Alright then. I'll talk about that when it's confirmed, yeah? I'm not getting into them discussions right now. We're talking Manchester United and hopefully some realistic transfers for Man United. Amrit says Eric Dier. Amrit, I was liking your comments until I just seen that. Now I feel sick, mate. Don't make me think of Eric Dier in a Manchester United shirt. He should not be anywhere near this club. He is basic. We've got better players, potentially, with better ceilings in our club already. Here at Manchester United, we don't need to go anywhere near the likes of Eric Dier. Guys, very close to 37,000 subscribers at this moment in time as well. If you're new to Adam McKola TV, we're trying to hit 40,000 subs by the beginning of the new Premier League campaign. So do hit that subscribe button. We're coming up to half an hour into MUFC Transfer Talk number 38, where we've been talking Ivan Perisic, and I've been answering your questions. We will, of course, continue answering your questions as well. We'll extend this. We'll keep it running a little bit longer. Let's keep going here on Adam McKola TV. Keep your likes coming through. Keep your subscribes coming through. And keep your comments and questions coming through as well. Jared says Andy Tate is greater than Eric Dier. Tukbir says, realistically, who else does Jose want? And what I've got to say is that over the last couple of years, Manchester United have leaked quite a lot of information in terms of who our transfer targets have been and all that stuff. I remember David Moyes just openly and honestly answering questions about our transfer targets in press conferences, and it made us look a little bit stupid. And you can see why Jose Mourinho plays his cards to his chest. And since there's been a change in management, there has been a lot more information that hasn't leaked. The British press hardly get anything right about Manchester United. They didn't know much about Lindelof. They denied that to the last minute. They were convinced we were signing Michael Keane. They didn't know much about Lukaku. They denied that till the last minute. They were convinced we were signing Alvaro Morata. So the British press haven't got much right, and there's not been much leak. So as for who Jose Mourinho's alternatives are to Ivan Perisic and others, I'm not too sure, to be totally honest with you. And it'd be interesting to see who is on that list. Be interesting to see. Full-Time Devils next live video timing, please, says Saeed. I'll be live on Full-Time Devils for MUFC tomorrow's transfers today at 11 p.m. UK time tonight. I'll be on there. So in about 2.5 hours time, I'll be live on Full-Time Devils. So make sure you join us then for tomorrow's transfers today, where we'll be looking at tomorrow's back pages tonight. Yes, you know how we do it there and how we do it here on Adam McKola TV. Mamp says he wants Mandzukic. Can you see Juve letting him go? I can't see Juve being forced to sell many players. Danny Murphy, thanks for the comment. Why aren't we going for Sanchez or Neymar if they're on the move? Oh, come on. Come on. Let's keep it realistic, yeah. We've all had a late night watching Manchester United. We're all tired, yeah. Let's just not talk shit. Just for today. Just for today. Let's just keep it reasonable, yeah. Caleb says, personally think Lingard should get a shout. He was class in the 2 pre-season games. He has been very good in the pre-season games. I don't think you can judge anything on those pre-season games, but he has looked good for Manchester United. And I think he's shown before pre-season that he deserves a shout at Manchester United, to be honest. And that's why he's in our squad. That's why Jose Mourinho trusts him. Richard says as well, I love Lingard. Lots of fans don't. I'm loving that there's some good Lingard propaganda in this live stream today. I'm loving it, guys. Well done. Keep it up every single stream. Faye says, Eric Dier looks like a boy band reject. Let's sign Neymar. Imran, stop it, man. Stop talking shit, peeps. We're not signing Neymar, for fuck's sake. Just stop it. Resign Saha, little yo. Resign him. Like, force him to quit football. Or re-sign him. No, I don't think Jose's going to re-sign Zaha. Bill, thank you for the comment. Streams for the Manchester Derby, says FJTV, about 3 days before the pre-season Manchester. Come on, man. Give it a day off. Wait until Thursday at least, guys. This is MUFC transfer talk. Don't tell me you just come in here looking for a pre-season derby. God's sake. P. Bassi says everyone bumps up the price when United come for their players. That's why we're struggling. I don't think we're struggling because we've signed 2 out of potentially 4 signings. We want to get at least 1 more done. And we've got until September to do that. Of course, it's not ideal. We have still got 6 pre-season games to go. So if we can get 1 more done with like 4 games to go, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It would allow that player to bed in ahead of the new season. So I don't think we're doing too badly at all. If we were looking to sign 10 players, then yes, we would be doing badly. But we don't need a complete overhaul of our squad. That's not what Manchester United need at this moment in time. A complete overhaul is not it at all. Mark, I am not stressed, bro. I am not stressed. Sridhar says, Joe Hart to West Ham is a done deal. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Let's see what else is in the news today. For Manchester United, Harry says Luke Shaw is a great crosser. Let's hope Luke Shaw can get fit and prepared for Manchester United. Obviously, he's working on his recovery from that ligament injury that he had. Let's hope he can get back fighting fit and make his mark at Manchester United again, because before that big leg break, he looked absolutely fantastic for United. He looked like the best left back in the Premier League, and let's hope he can get back to that stage again, because if he does, we've got a very, very good player on our hand. Someone said Lingard ain't great. Who the fuck said Lingard was great? Nobody said Lingard was great, so stop talking wet in the comments, man. Fucking hell. I'm not stressed, yeah. I just don't take lightly to bullshit, guys. That's the difference. It's not stressed. I just hate reading bullshit in the comments. That's the difference. Sahil says, why don't we buy Griezmann now and get him in January like Man City did? What if we bought Griezmann now and he got a big broken injury? Then what? Big waste of money. Not happening. Ash J says, Darmian needs to sort out his sideburns. Yes, mate. Matthews just came. Better late than never, Matthew. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Trasame. Yes. Junaid says, Fosu or Blin should play in CDM. Rahil says, are you having woman? No, never having woman trouble, mate. Make sure she don't stress me out. Make sure that don't happen. We need a huge signing, says Van Dutch. I don't think we do, to be honest. We need good additions to the squad. We need players to come in and fill these roles in the squad that we need filling. We don't need huge marquee signings like your Pogbas and all that. And in fact, what is Lukaku? If we just spent £75 million on a number 9 and some people still ain't happy. Cray. Utkarsh is super late, but he is sorry. So I suppose that's okay. Anthony Marsh says, what do I order in McD's? Chicken Legend, mayo, with a large Coke, no ice. I like them spicy nacho cheese wedges as well. They're bad. They are bad. Making me hungry now. Talking about hungry, I gotta go do a little bit of a big shop in a bit. Get some food in. Can't wait for that. What will I buy, eh? What will I buy? Noisy says, our team is lit. You're damn right. Our team's pretty good, isn't it? And I'm really happy with the team and the spirit that United are building at the moment. We need a few more additions, and I think we'll be in the right position to challenge for titles next season, the Champions League. Who knows? I think it may be too early for the Champions League next season, but we can start building towards that. But ultimately, United are moving in the right direction. 2 signings down. We need 2 more to go, is what Jose is saying. Will Perisic be the next one in? The move has hit the rocks recently, but the transfer window isn't closed yet. And I'm sure if United really do want him, we will pull out all the stops to get him. Who will Jose target other than that? Is Matic still on the cards? Who's on the cards for Man United? It's a big question at this moment because we need a CDM, we need a winger or an attacking midfielder. Who are we going to sign? So a lot of questions to be asked in this moment in time. Guys, if you watched it live, thank you for joining us here on Adam McKola TV. If you're watching this after and you missed us live, then we are live at 8 p.m. every single day and spontaneously when the big news breaks as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notifications button as well so you know when we go live. And I'll keep you up to date all through the summer and, of course, all through the season as well, because we cover all things football here, all things Adam McKola, all things Man United. So make sure you keep it locked right here. Tonight on Full Time Devils at 11 p.m. as well, which is in just over 2 hours. See you then. I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.